and we're back to business as of today. Item 4, reports to council. 4.1, the only item for today in the open section. We have the interim measures and appointment of temporary service provider for the management of the Rosemore units for the aged. And the first person to speak on the item is Councillor Summers. You have 3 minutes.
Yes, Speaker, I would like to table the next item, the following items to council. As council know that the contract of the NPO currently at the Rosemore Old Age Home has come to the end from the 31st of March, and therefore the purpose of this item is to consider interim management measures until a new service provider, NPO and management board can be appointed in respect of the day management of the Rosemore unit for the aged on behalf of the George municipality. Speaker, the recommendation is on page 7, therefore I propose. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much. The next to speak on the item is Councillor Mkele. You have 2 minutes.
Madam Speaker, as the ANC, Madam Speaker, as the ANC, we take note of the item. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The next to speak is the PDI, Councillor Chancer. You have 2 minutes.
Good morning, Speaker, councillors, HODs, the community at large, and all other protocols observed. We as PBI would like to give a short background regarding the Rosemore Home of the Aged Trustees. The Rosemore Home of the Aged, known as the Groendakkies, was established in the early 90s by former provincial Minister Reverend Chris April, Mr. Cornelius Pandil, and other community leaders for the purpose to look after the marginalized and the poor for better accommodation as the old houses in this time called the barracks wasn't good enough to live in. The municipality took ownership on H615 since 20 June 1994, whereby an NPO was established with an agreement of 99 years from date mentioned. Question to you, Mr. Speaker, to the MM. Why the deviation from such agreement? Number 2, as the matter is closed to our PBI, then what will happen if the school must undergo through a formal tender process? It will force with other hands and other institutional service providers. While it is well managed with current management, can council guarantee today that the residents will not pay the price therefore? Number 3, recommendation E, the amount in arrears would be like to be proposed to be written off as the NPO already faced financial difficulties in this current financial climate. And the amount received from the municipality and the Department of Social Development are not enough to cover current expenses. Number 4, recommendation F, refers to the prepaid water which will be installed in certain areas. Can council please assure us today that that will have no negative impact on the later stage on the residents as they qualify for the grant of the free 60 kilowatt electricity and 6 liters of water monthly? And I thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor. The next to speak on this item is Councillor Meerkin. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think we will all agree.
Sorry, can we just ask the mic to be put on, please? Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. I think we will all agree that the elderly care is a critical service of this council. Unfortunately, if we look at the recommendations on page 7, it is very clear that items C and D is contradicting each other. And the point is there's one side that says no funds will be transferred, and D says again a monthly contribution will be made. Another point is item F. I'm just worried and concerned that who is going to deal with a prepaid meter. Who's going to be responsible to charge that meter every time? I would actually like to recommend, or at least propose, that item A, B, E, G, I, K, and L remain as proposed. And B, that an amount of 10,000 a month be transferred to the interim Rosemore Service Centre to manage the Rosemore units for the aged for any incidental cost for the running of the centre on a day-to-day basis. And C, that an ad hoc committee consisting of councillors representing all political parties be appointed to consult with the inhabitants of the Rosemore Home for the Aged regarding one, the locus standi of the registered NGO or NPO. Their registration number is 014/819.
You're making a recommendation, continue.
Can I carry on? Number two, the appointment of a service provider for the day-to-day running of the Rosemore Home for the Aged. Number three, the utilization of the hall and the kitchen as well as the space for the hair salon and kiosk. And four, the installation of a prepaid meter and the control and servicing of such meter. I therefore propose.
Do you have a seconder? Seconded by Councillor Alderman van der Kerk. Councillors, just Rosemary, you can get the counter proposal, please. We'll continue with the next one. Councillor Forty, you have 2 minutes.
Good morning, Speaker. Good morning, councillors. Good morning, Chief, Mayor, Deputy Mayor, and MM, and all people in all councillors here today. Ik wil vandaag in Afrikaans praten, dat ik is baie blij dat hierdie item vandaag dien voor die raad vir u wat nog nie by die munisipale gronddak was in Rosemore. Ek was al 'n paar keer daar. Dit is absoluut 'n skande hoe die mense leef daar en die recommendations wat daar gemaak het, ek beskil met 'n paar van wat die staan, soos wat Councillor Netling gesê het, B en C kontradik mekaar, want hoe gaan daar finansies wees, of hoe gaan die mense kan die senter ran, as daar geen finansies is. As ons gaan kyk aan die elektrisiteit van die gronddakies, is in 'n absolute bedcondisie. Daar was 2 huisies afgebrand die afgelope tyd op die jaar, waarvan die een dame is nou al oorlede en daai huis is nog net so. Die krag van daai sentrum van die gronddakies is in 'n baie swak kondisie. Die huise is verpyn, ons kan nie dat ons mense so leef, ons bejaardes in daardie tipe van omstandighede. Dit is 'n absolute skande hoe die sentrum nou bestuur word. En ons as die munisipaliteit het 'n verantwoordelikheid teenoor ons inwoners om te sorg dat dinge regkom daar by die sentrum in Rosemore. Daar is ook 'n winkel daar, net vir u kennisname, waar 'n buitelander tans kos verkoop ten duurste en ook vervangende produkte aan ons bejaardes wat 'n groot gesondheidsrisiko inhou. So ek is bly dat ons hierdie item vandag voor die raad het en ja, ons stem saam met die recommendations, maar soos meneer Netling gesê het, is 'n paar contradictions. Point B en C weerspreek mekaar en dan ook die ding van die prepaid watermeter stem. Die prepaid meter stem ons hier saam. Baie dankie.
In this translation, please.
Thank you, Speaker. I am actually glad that this item is currently in front of Council this morning, because this has been a problem and it's been coming along. If you've never been there to the front duckies, then you should go and make a visit, because what is there in the living conditions of our elderly in there, it is not suitable for them. So I do agree with what Councillor has just said, that there's B and C, there are contradictions when it comes to them, because how will people be able we have to make sure that the living conditions of the people in the center are suitable for them, because there is a problem or there's an issue with the electricity and there's also houses that needs to be painted there, and there's been a house that was burned down last year that needs still to be fixed. So it is a shame on how the institution or the place is being managed. We need to make sure as our responsibility that our elderly people live in conditions that are quite suitable for them. So there's even a house shop that a foreigner sells to the elderly people, and I believe that there are some other expired foods that they do sell there. So it is quite a risk as well. So I do agree that we need to look at this issue, and that there are contradictions when it comes to recommendations B and C.
Thank you very much. The next to speak on this item is Councillor Clumpy. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Speaker. Greetings to the House at large. We as the EFF, we take note of the item that is presented in front of us, and also in support of the contradictions that are noted by our colleagues on the recommendations. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Before we, I'm going to move on to the next one. The next one to speak is Councillor Adams.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, as a ward councillor, I am very glad this item comes to council today. We are trying to upgrade the services for our old people, the aged. Councillor Foster is correct in terms of the shop that was there. That is why the item to replace the kiosk is in the items. You can also see that in K, we are asking for EPWP workers, that is to bring back the home-based care to our old people so they can take care of our old people. So this is about enhancing the service delivery to our people. The prepaid water meter is only for the administrative officers. It is not for the house units of the old people. Otherwise, Speaker, upgrades on our houses there is happening regularly. The houses get painted, repair works get done. We've also, from my ward side, on our IDP, we requested for extension for more houses to be built, so that more people can go and live here, because the conditions outside for old people is a bit problematic. I second the item as proposed by my colleague. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillors. Councillors, I've taken the counter proposal by the Freedom Fund Trust into consideration. I've spoken to the legal advisor, and I'm going to ask him to give comment on the proposal, the counter proposal, please.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, councillors and administration. Councillor Yetlam, just in connection with the proposal under point C, the ad hoc committee consisting of councillors representing all political parties, there also is an administration function. So the function of the administration, the running and managing of it is also a function of the administration. So councillors can't be running on behalf of the administration. And then the second point is on the appointment of a service provider from the day-to-day running of the Rosemont. Firstly, there is a supply chain management process, and in terms of 117 of the MFMA, councillors may not be involved in supply chain processes. And so then if you want to get those points, if you can track those points from the proposal can go forward in, without those.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yes, I totally accept what you've been said. My point is we should talk to the inhabitants. Get their inputs. That is my main concern here. That's all. So I can withdraw this proposal. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councillors, there's nothing stopping us as councillors from speaking to the inhabitants and bringing it back to the section 80s at the relevant time. So the counter proposal I'm going to read for now is that items A, B, E, G, I, K, and L remain as proposed. Then B, that an amount of 10,000 a month be transferred to the interim Rosemore Service Centre to manage the Rosemore units of the aged for an incidental cost for the running of the centre on a day-to-day basis. Then C, we basically have to remove that point.
Okay, Pastor.
Chief Whip?
I just want clarity. I don't know, did I hear right that councillor said he withdraw the proposal?
It was Rose's sister,
No, he didn't say certain, he said he withdraw the proposal.
Chief Whip, please listen to me. The advocate asked him if he could withdraw that portion of the proposal.
The councillor is here, he can say, but I heard he said he withdraw the proposal.
He was asked to withdraw a certain portion, Chief Whip. He was asked to withdraw section C of the proposal, which he withdrew. That's what he was asked to withdraw, the section of the proposal, section C, and then it can continue. So basically, it is A and B that we can vote for or against. Are we all clear on that? For the amount of 10,000 rand a month to be proposed, which I think is in the original proposal. That is already in the original proposal. Therefore, council, I don't think there's any reason to. Okay, the wording of it says transfer to the interim Rosemore Service Centre. But the next one says that. Okay, so basically the difference is that they want 10,000 rand transferred monthly until there's a new service provider. And the other proposal says that once there's a service provider, then money will be transferred. Am I correct? Okay, that's the difference. We're either going to vote for that or against that. When you show of hands, those things.
Just one clarity, Speaker, on this issue. The authors of the item itself, what was motivating for them to write that there is a need for money to be transferred? Versus what we view as councillors that it can be done differently. Perhaps if we can get that kind of explanation and we understand it.
Mayor, do you have an answer?
Speaker, yeah, thank you. I'll ask Mr. Peterson to respond. And also what the difference between recommendations C and D. There is a significant difference between C and D, although it reads differently. And there is a difference. Thank you.
Council, the reason why I'm doing this is I want to absolute clarity. We're talking about old people's lives, and the decision we make today is vitally important to make sure that they get the best service possible forward. So I'm allowing this at my discretion to make sure we get the right decision.
Thank you, Speaker. Just to maybe give a quick background on the amount. Council, the centre used to receive an amount of just over 8,000 rand a month from the SRA account. But that SRA account funding came to an end at the end of March. So there is a shortfall in the NPO's budget. In fact, the amount of 10,000 rand will not necessarily cover the entire cost. To put it in perspective, the salary budget for the 3 employees at the centre runs at about 16,000 rand a month. The present municipal bill is about 6,800 rand a month, including the lease amount. The biggest portion of that is the electricity bill, the electricity cost, and I just want to apologize if there's any misconception about the prepaid meter. The prepaid meter relates to the electricity meter, not the water meter. Because the electricity is one of the biggest costing factors. And and that has to be sorted out to ensure that they're only paying electricity for what they're actually using and not for the rest of the property as well. So if you look at the costs, without supplying services to the residents there, it's already almost with the 10,000 rand and the 13,000 rand that they're receiving from the Department of Social Development. It used to be 33,000 rand that they used to receive. It was cut by 20,000 rand. And so the 20,000 rand is to supplement that amount. And just to maybe when we wrote the item, the intent was that the service was not continued. So it's incorrectly written, and it actually should be that they should be provided the current NPO should be provided the 10,000 rand per month and not be directed by the municipality. The funds are directed by the municipality because they still need to pay their accounts and pay their salaries and so on. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So basically what the only difference in this proposal is that we're asking, the council proposal is asking for a 10,000 rand to be transferred on a month-to-month basis towards the running of the operating account of the. That is what we're voting for or against that proposal. Mayor, I do want to say something. I see you. Sorry.
Speaker, just a point of clarity. I might have lost Clinton somewhere. So he said when he wrote the item, the intention was to give the 10,000, but he wrote the item incorrect. Is that what you're saying to us? So this is not really the recommendation you want as administration.
No. So effectively what you're saying, and this is actually confusing because at the end of the day, it's up to the administration to do the recommendation correctly. The counter proposal is actually putting what you want to put in the first place, which is sad, to say the least, because it's confusing to everybody. So in effect, the proposal should then be that the 10,000 was in the original proposal and not as a counter proposal. Am I correct in saying that? Just not yet, it's fine, you don't understand it. Okay, so it was an administrative blunder. So effectively, we have then seconded the correct proposal. The 10,000 rand will be transferred as per. Thank you very much. Now further need to be said. Can we please get that right in the future so we don't have confusion? Thank you. Councillor, that is the only item in the open agenda. So I'm going to ask that councillors, we're still in the session. I'm going to ask that the YouTube channel, which was on, now be off. Can we just make sure that is off? Is it off? Yes.